Loaded a Tech Room Bible Talk in a while, on my thing, and so what God wants. It's like, tell me what the fuck God wants. Come on, Dwayne, tell me what the fuck God wants. Come on, now. Tell me. Have you read the Bible? Yeah, God's omniscient, omnipotent. What the fuck would God want? God wants you. No. Okay. You have free will to have faith in God or not to have faith in God. Okay. So you saying what God wants is saying, hey, I know what God wants. Okay, that nigga think he God. Motherfucker, he crazy, right? Goddamn crazy hillbilly redneck motherfucker. Okay, so he needs to shut the fuck up, right? I'm just doing what an old uncle would do to a bunch of young bucks that are teaching the truth wrong. You can't teach the truth wrong. If you understand the truth, you can't teach it wrong. You don't teach it. You explain, okay, hey, truth is evident, lie is obvious. What does God want? He's obviously a liar. Okay, so don't listen to his ass. He just want money. He's just the chicks after Kool Moe Dee. That's all he is. He's just the chicks after Kool Moe Dee. Wild, Wild West. Wild, Wild, right? And so that's as long as we're going to stay around with the young bucks and old Dwayne from Bible Talk. We ain't going to label him in this. No. He deletes and eliminates the comments and laughs at them. Like, motherfucker, I'm the Messiah, asshole. Okay. I'm more intelligent, more brave, and more courageous than anybody on the internet. And I have 2 views. And then we go to Fox News and it's like, did you know $1 billion was going to Somalia? Well, that sounds nice. I think the Somalis could use $1 billion to feed starving children. Yeah. You think that's happening? Do you think Donald Trump is using $1 billion to feed starving children? Or is he using $1 billion to go gambling and fly to another country to talk about blowing people up to have sex with the hottest young girls? Okay. They want money, right? So Wild Wild West, the Wild Wild West, and then you get Shaq sorry ass up on there. Hey, I'm not paying you $30 million to play 30 games. You're gonna play 80 games like I was when I was a circus gimmick. And he used to call Dennis Rodman a circus gimmick. Look, that's why I quit playing basketball because, fuck that shit. I thought about, if I do I'll go play like in Israel because Israel played real good and only played about 30, 40 games a year. Because I wanted to spend more time. This was when I was young and distracted and dumb. And the technology was in a totally different place. Now we have technology that's doing mathematics to try to conceptualize the truth of religion, and you can't do that. And so the people that invented the technology are mad, and so the technology reflects their brain activity and my brain activity. I don't think you can take my brain activity and make it, obviously not. Okay. Well, quantum computing, that one Indian girl, will you kind of get any good answers out of it? Garbage in, garbage out. What's God want? Okay, tell me one more time, motherfucker. Okay, do you understand? Need more money to fuck? Wild, Wild West. Okay. I'm just an old uncle correcting everybody. That man cusses too much. Stand up for a Lord's Prayer. The only time you'll hear me cuss is if you're in my barn and I'm working on something and I hit my thumb with a hammer. I say, God damn that motherfucking hurt. Son of a bitch. Why'd you do that, Earl? Sound like your grandpa. Yeah. Crazy old fucking Mick cut off. How many he wasn't even a Mick. According to the Mormons and the DNA test, he was mostly British. My dad has more Irish in him than my grandpa. And my grandpa hated my dad because my dad was British. Old crazy ass Clint from Boston thought that was fucking hilarious. It's like, yeah, that old Irish bigot that raised my grandpa really, he threw his joke back on the British. Yeah. And then he thought he was Irish and threw his British grandson that had more Irish in him than he did out in the dog run because he was a Parsons. Go figure. Okay. I think it's fucking hilarious myself. When you sit and look at it, it's like, wow. So the old man tried to kill God because he couldn't, because he killed more people for the U.S. government than Audie Murphy ever thought about doing, all right? He couldn't marry a Mexican girl that was Catholic because the dad wouldn't let him marry an Irishman. Right. That's messed up. Why do you think when he went through Armenia, when he was in the military, he said that the Russian women were the most beautiful women he ever saw? Yeah, they went through Armenia and he was, oh my gosh, these women are gorgeous, right? They're so beautiful. and Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Khloe, and Kourtney, and the Jenner girls. They're. I don't think the Jenner girls are Armenian. I think just I don't think Kris is. Oh, yes, right. I don't think Kris is. Kris is an Armenian. Dad is, right? Okay. Just right, Kardashian. Okay. Sorry. I think I got my sires mixed up. I must think that I'm someone else. All right. So, but yeah, Mr. Kardashian, had certain genes where the women are, my grandpa went through Armenia and declared the Russian women the most gorgeous in the world. It's like, no, technically, Grandpa, you were in the Soviet Union and you were in Armenia. So they weren't Russian women, they were Armenian women. Go figure. He was in the military. Intel, we got billions of dollars going to Somalia. Yeah, it's war. It's genocide. You guys understand how war and genocide works? You send the money to feed the poor, and the crazy people get it to kill the rich people. The rich people get it to kill each other. That's how money works. Have you read the Bible? Have you read the Quran? Okay. Eckhart Tolle, make the mountain disappear. Oh, God damn. Now, he doesn't understand what he's reading. He never has. The man couldn't comprehend a book if you go right up to him and smacked him in the head with it. Pow! Okay, I'm going to sell the book for lots of money. Yes, and you'll have Oprah on speed dial. Okay. She sells lots of books for lots of money, too. And people listen to her talk and go, wow, it's Alan Watts is reincarnated. No, he's not Alan Watts. I like Alan Watts. Alan Watts was good friends with Judy Krishnamurti. Okay. And just adored Judy Krishnamurti. Yeah. And so, and also D.T. Suzuki, and I like Alan Watts a lot, right? We don't talk much. So you're too old for Santa Claus. That's Alan Watts, yeah. He's Ignatius Thistlewhite, right? And so it's just a fantasy. It's just a fairy tale. Yeah, the book is, but the man's not. And Krishnamurti and Suzuki knew that. Okay. There's this kid in the future in the United States that's going through hell worse than any of us ever have. And he has to clean up hell, and the way they're doing it, it's just like he has to pretty much do it all by himself. He's a tough guy. He's absolutely gorgeous. Go get him, underdog. Go first. Watch him go. And the best way that Suzuki and Krishnamurti can help me is through prayer and meditation. They call it meditation. I call it prayer. It's just an occupational hazard. I'm not a Middle East. I'm not from the Far East or not from India or China or Japan. I'm from, my grandmother's people are from the Middle East and then migrated to the Iberian Peninsula, then Germany, and then the United States of America. And so, so it's the mother. Okay, it's not the mother that's, it is the mother that's important. Because a man can have sex with a woman, but if she's not the Holy Grail, you're not going to get the Ark of the Covenant. Okay? We all know that. Okay? When Joseph was an old man, and an old man was he wedded Virgin Mary, the Queen of Galilee. All right? And so that's not what happened. She was betrothed to a cousin, and she had sex with a Roman centurion. And it was a, quote, forbidden marriage. And Jesus is the result of a forbidden marriage because she chose Aladdin instead of Prince Ahmed. That's what happened. Okay. They changed this. I'm seriously fucking doubt if they put that in the Kevin Costner movie, the propaganda movie. No, it's not in there. They got cute kids. Oh, yeah. It looked different. You got to understand, Joseph was about like me and Amy. He was like in his 30s and she was like 19. Well, she might have been younger than that because it was during betrothed time, and those times was like 15. So, but she had a relationship with a gorgeous man from Gaul. Yeah, he looks like John Derek. Diane Lane with the French guy with the globe, with the Richard Gere on the crack on the head, and you know what I'm saying? So, you're supposed to be betrothed to your cousin. I don't want to marry Harry. He's ugly, fat, and stupid. What do you want to? I want the hot guy from Gaul. She wants the hot French dude. Yeah. Can you blame her? Okay, seriously? Okay. Maria. Okay, do you understand? So, yeah, that's what happened in the Bible. Because I'm the guy who's, I'm the guy who's like Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, that tells you the true stories about, the real life stories about what happened. You can't trust Kevin Costner. He's business partners with Tyler Sheridan, and they're both assholes. Okay. It's not Jennifer Lopez who I'm helping protect her family and save her family from the Temple Set Illuminati. It's the twins. It's Maximum and Amy Maribel. She's so cute. It's those two. It's not J-Lo. No. J-Lo's trapped in their world. She's like the dude who has the voice of the guy who does Indiana Jones movies, who is the father of Aladdin. Which, yeah, she's trapped in their world. No, Jennifer Lopez she's trapped in her ego. She's breaking a Puerto Rican guy's neck for trying to lick her coochie out of the bathtub. And now we got the money and we're in control, And the kids are like, "It's okay, kids. We got this. Love you too." Okay. Kids grow up. Yes, they do. Okay. And when the Temple Set Illuminati tries to use them as children to mind fuck them, you'll never be able to raise these kids and live with them. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Even if I'm only there in prayer, that'll do, pig. That'll do. That's how I'm there with Krishnamurti, Suzuki, all these people you talk to, your Suzuki and your Krishnamurti. Yeah. Yeah, I do. They talk to me. Well, my life is in a book and their lives were in books, and it's sure. We have something, we have more in common. I have more in common with Judy Krishnamurti and DT Suzuki than I do with a guy going, "What does God want? What does God want? What a God wants? What a God needs?" Okay. A God, neither a first person nor a possessive pronoun be. Shut up, Zach. You're an asshole, you see. Michael Jordan's a moron too, and so were you. Wait, asshole and moron. There you go. Yeah, you're a fucking circus gimmick, because so is Michael. I'd whoop both your asses in basketball, but I only would have played for 4 years because I would have sat there and said, okay, 80 games a year, this is ridiculous. I got money. Now I'm going to go to northern Arizona or western New Mexico where I played college ball, and I'm going to help out there for about 4 years. And then what? And then maybe teach a history class twice a week. Why? Because I love my wife and kids. And gardening is better than being a circus gimmick for corporations that sell drugs, alcohol, cars, and all the rest of that shit. That's where I was heading, but I couldn't do it. They wouldn't allow me to. I had to do things their way. The Mormon church was watching. You're going to play for a Christian college, and I'm not going to accept their indoctrination and their bullshit. So I told them, no, I will not take your scholarships. It's the only scholarships they would allow me to play for Paul Westphal. And I would have told Paul Westphal, you do know these fuckers at church are full of shit, right, man? You do know Rush Limbaugh is full of shit, right? Okay, I can explain it to you. Okay. I didn't even have to go in the military. And then they put me in the military, and I'm like, oh, God dang, because of economics and the abuse and manipulation of my little sister, And it's... See, what they do now is they use Wi-Fi like me and the young man at Diggs talked about, and it affects everybody, and Ariana talked about. Now it's real insidious. I don't want to say simple, because it's hard, because kids lose their minds. To manipulate everybody, okay? What I told him is, you guys are all living what I lived, but I'm 60. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, And your family doesn't understand? No. You guys have lived this way because if you have strong connections to me and your line, you're related to Juan Diego's line and the people that believed in what Juan Diego shared, and they're going to be watching you closely and making sure that you're doing what you're told. That's horrible. Yeah, it is, but you guys are doing a good job. You're being good kids. You're staying out of trouble. You're trying to avoid people that are violent and aggressive and abusive. And in cruises, there are places you can go to just not even be a part of that crowd and just avoid them. And you can do it with respect, Like I told everybody when I was at Mayfield, all the kids and the gangbangers. The only time we got into it was when I tried to date the black girls, and the black guys wouldn't allow it because the black girls wanted to date me. In Phoenix, oh gosh, man, there was a Nicole Estridge, the Priscilla girl. There's lots of girls I tried to date, but they wouldn't date me. Tina Gonzalez would stop dating me because I had a reputation of being a drug dealer and a thug. And these girls were like, no, I'm not trying to go down that road. It's like, really? I'm the legend of the cul-de-sac. I'm the sexual legend of the military. Okay. You sure missed out. Okay. It's okay, you know. But it's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was. But it was hard. No, they didn't miss out. No, Raquel and Yolanda will tell you, you know, like they told Steffi, you know, it's like being married to Jesus. And there's a large concentration of the Vatican, the Quorum of the 12, and the Pentagon that's constantly manipulating his environment, making it difficult and making it hard because you can feel that all the jealous people want to kill this man who you love so much and want to be with because he's practically perfect in every way compared to all the murderers in the military. Of course, that's pretty easy. I love you guys.